Hi, my name is Jeff Hughes. I am the founder and CEO of Level Up Learning. We operate both Skill Samurai and Level Up Kids. Today, I want to tell you a bit about who I am and the experiences that have shaped me and brought me to this place. One of the things that I'm passionate about is the power of education to transform people's lives. My mom's family immigrated to Canada when she was a teenager, and somehow in that transition between countries, nobody noticed that she didn't know how to read or write. She graduated from high school and she was functionally illiterate. I remember in kindergarten and grade one, as I was learning to read, I started helping my mom and teaching her how to read using flashcards. My mom's a very street smart woman. She showed me how to hustle and make money wherever she could, but not knowing how to read really hampered what she could do in life. Eventually, while I was in high school, she went back to high school and she regraduated just before I did, which was great for her. When I was around 8 years old, my dad got sick. And 40 years later, he still is. He spent most of my childhood in the hospital, and my mom was often there with him. My parents went bankrupt and lost everything except this fake fireplace that weighed like 500 pounds, and we had to lug it from house to house. We were living on government assistance and government housing and getting our food from food banks, and I hated it. And at 12 years old, I took that and I started serving others who had less than me. I found a local soup kitchen, and every Monday night, all through high school, I would go there and wash the dishes. When I was 13, I was able to raise money and travel to Jamaica to help families who had been devastated by a hurricane. After graduating from high school, I was given the opportunity to go to Moscow, and I was able to work with juvenile delinquents and teach in local schools. And I got to experience the power and the transformation of education, both for me and those boys. When I returned to the States, I was able to keep doing that work. And in 1994, that work was acknowledged by US Congress. I eventually went to college in Minnesota. I got a bachelor's degree in cross-cultural communication, things like anthropology and linguistics. Most importantly, while I was there, I met my wife, Sarah, and she shares my passion for serving others. During our second year of marriage, we moved to the Philippines, and we worked with women who had been forced into prostitution. We were part of a team that was teaching them life skills and business skills. We taught them how to set up micro businesses so that they could be independent and support their families. And Sarah and I spent the next dozen years working with teenagers. Along the way, I earned a master's degree in youth work, and eventually I taught those same classes as a university professor. And I learned that as long as I was working for someone else, I would never be able to generate enough revenue to carry out the larger plans that I had. So I began exploring businesses, and I spontaneously bought a pizza restaurant. It was a mistake, but I always tell people that it was my starter business. It was my MBA program. I had no experience, and I screwed up a lot. I'll save those stories for another video. I also learned a lot. Within a year, I was one of the top 3 pizza chefs in Canada, and we had raving fans. 8 years after it closed, people still talk to me about that restaurant and how much they miss it. That business led me to a job as a franchise coach. I knew that I wanted to create a franchisable business, and I found the one company in my city that was franchising. They loved what I did with the pizza restaurant, and they hired me because of it. At the time, they had over 100 locations, and I helped with the onboarding, training, and ongoing coaching of over 40 franchisees. My favorite part was brainstorming, planning, and marketing with them. And it was around the fall of 2014 that I started teaching myself computer programming. I'll be honest, I realized quickly that I was not cut out to be a full-time computer programmer. But through that process, I became aware of the critical need in our schools to enhance education by offering computer programming classes. I saw a need and a business opportunity, and in 2015, we offered our first coding camps. They sold out in 2 weeks, And in many cases, they sold out in cities before I even had a location booked. In year 2, we doubled. Year 3, we doubled again. And then I was running year-round classes with over 100 students a week. And I was running summer camps in 13 cities with hundreds of students every week. And this was the birth of this company. The franchise company that I worked with, they supported me, and they still do. They helped me set up and design this company. They've been great mentors over the past 6 years. There have been a lot of evolutions, but the drive is still the same. I believe that education transforms people's lives. And through franchising, we are able to transform more lives and more communities than I could reach by myself. And we're looking for franchise partners that share that belief. This isn't just about kids' coding classes. This is about lifelong, transformational education opportunities. People can come to our centers, learn new skills, and then go out and use them to improve their lives. In my next video, I'll talk to you about why we are focused on STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. We'll talk about the skill gap, the job gap, and the opportunities for high-earning careers that these skills qualify students for.